everyone, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and today I finally completed my next journal. Her name is going to be Victorian Correspondence. She's an eclectic mix of all sorts of amazing things from here and there and everywhere. And she also is going to come with an extra little enigma package and a writing board, one of the writing boards that I made the other day. And I thought this one would go perfectly with this vintage Victorian eclectic correspondence theme. So the details on this journal, just so you know, she's 9 by 6. She's got a 7-inch gator mouth. I know. Much of the ephemera and the can be removed, so it will collapse down nicely for easier writing. Plus, you also have the writing board to help with that. And she has 8 tabs, and the tabs that I made are these are vintage milk top tabs, and she has 8 of those throughout the journal. They're kind of fun. Might remember those back in the day. I do. Okay, and she has 2 signatures and 80 pages, and that is not including all the ephemera and embellishments. And so I will just, maybe you saw this the other day. This is the writing board that's going to be included. She has some brass metal corners for easier writing, and you can write on the front or the back. And basically, you just slip under a journal page, write on the page, and then you can remove it. You can use this as a giant bookmark, and you can move it throughout the book. You can store it inside the book, or you can store it. I'm going to have a sorry wrap on this, so you can just wrap it to the entire book as well. Okay, so that is that. And I'm going to go over what I call the enigma, the puzzle, at the end, and I'll explain that when I get there. But let's take a look at inside the journal. Okay, here we go. Okay, first of all, she has a beautiful, dangly, jewel-filled tassel on the side, and let me just take it off so it's easier to show you. Easily removable. Boop, there we go. Okay, all right, just set you down there, hon. All right. So she is encrusted with gorgeous medallions and keys, and here's a beautiful old brooch that I've repurposed, and she's got some gorgeous gold chains, likely not gold. If it is, mail it back. No, just kidding. It's not gold, but gold-like, and lots of laces and ribbons and that kind of fun stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put this little lovely over here. Okay, and I've got my book assist. Let me get all organized. So I'm in the middle here. I'll be in the middle. Okay. Yep. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so on the front cover, she is covered in a fabric. It's this beautiful faux suede all over. She's very soft in the hand. She feels good. She has metal brass adornment, corner protector adornments here. She has a metal journal plate with some gold accents for the tabs and the word journal. She has a beautiful Victorian image on the front with a Victorian style stamp that is from 1875 to 1975. There was a collection done at that time. And some beautiful book page with some liquid pearl drops, some laces, and book page, and some other layers to give it some interest. Okay, so let's go inside. I know. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going in. All right, here we are inside. And on this side, you will find a lace pocket. And if you open her up, you will, yes, find my letter to the owner from me, and signed and aged. And then also in here, you will find a very old letter. This one is from 1888. And just to give you a sneaker peeker, it starts with, I want to say duck pond, something like that. But anyway, it is in there for you to peruse and explore. And yes, this one has the stamp on it, which is kind of nice. They're harder to find that old. Okay, so we have those. And this is made out of a book page, as you can see. Got some tickets, and back here I've included, this is a little bit of watercolor and pen that I have done, and I've just put inside here, and I've signed the back for you. It's an original, just for fun, and just to basically inspire you to create and do things too, because it's so much fun to do so. And this is an old Victorian trading card from the Philip Clark Stove Company. So you can read all about that. And this is an original, authentic one. And also tucked back here, we have a beautiful letter written in French. Okay, so if you know your French, there you go. All right, so here, I made this a while back, but this was during the Jumbo series of the Alphabet Challenge, and it was a J for Jumbo, the giant paperclip. So I made a little curtain out of those. There's just some laces here you can play with, and that will flip up. And this will reveal this little collection of goodies, and behind every one of these, there's a stamp. So going along with the correspondence theme, there you go. All right, and here, I'm going to call this the money page, and I kind of spread the theme across this way and that way. And as you can, there's some little ephemera in here, but this is an authentic Yugoslavian currency. I believe it is defunct. They don't use it anymore. And it's very beautiful. The color is very beautiful. Here is a giant flashcard and some flowers and a guest receipt. I thought that went with the money theme. And inside here is a little, I believe this is, now don't get me wrong. Well, you might get me wrong because I don't know where all of these are from, but it does say something about French back here, Française, République Française, but that could be somewhere else. So if you guys know where that's from, please shout it out and let us know, because I would love to learn too. It could be a French colony somewhere, we'll all learn together. On this side, a little torn book page and a little decorative button. And here I got this. I got a pile of, these are from either, I believe, Ukraine or Russia, and you'll let me know if I got that wrong, but I did order some little old IDs from Ukraine and Russia. These were just so cool. I just thought that might be interesting to take a peek at. Authentic. Here's an 1939 receipt from the General Merchandise store. And this I just got such a kick out of. I got this in a set of very old ephemera. All moneymakers, you too can buy these chickens. Yes, you can make money. This is so, I just got to show you, this is so funny. You have turkeys on the back, you might want to, have a little variety with your farm there. But it's everything you need to know about chickens and a hen's toenails. Yes, apparently that's very important. If you're a chicken person, I'll bet you know that already. So I learned something reading that. And here's a nice ledger from 1935 you can play with. Correspondence theme. Okay, and we're flipping. All right, you bet you recognize this. Okay, so inside here we have some little goodies tucked inside, and what have we got? We've got a little notebook, and we've got some cute little journaling cards that also come from the same paper. Okay, stuffed and tucked inside, and this is decorated on both sides. If you may have seen that video the other day, how to make one of those out of junk mail, very fun. And here is a sari lace flip up. Whoop. And, I put a little cluster here with a button on the bottom to weight it down, and then you flip it up, and it's one of these petticoat style notebooks, and these are just for extra writing space. All right. And here is a little lovely fabric collage with a pearl button on the top and a book page corner tuck. And this is I love this. Hello Dolly cookies. When the first ingredient is butter, I'm in all the way, 100%. Just bake them and give them to me. That's it. Okay, I love these old recipes because, they're being lost with all, everything's being replaced. So it's so great to have the actual writing and the card and everything. It's so cool. Here is a layer cake that we've made in the past. And this is basically to give you extra writing space. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Okay, there you go. Those are fun. And back here, I tucked in a old, original, authentic Western Union telegram. And I don't know if you remember back, I don't remember this specifically, but it looks almost like a ticker tape that came out, and then they glued the ticker tape pieces to a paper. So if anybody knows, anything about that, I'd love to hear. But this apparently was a wedding notice, or congratulations on a wedding. Here we have, this is a beautiful fabric lace pocket here, and I put a little extra chunky, lovely fabric texture-filled button cluster. And oh, I put this great picture, and I thought this was very timely for this time of year. Must be a turkey theme also going. This is my turkey-themed journal, but isn't that cute? That's like turkeys and the women of the family probably picking out dinner. The little girl doesn't know what's coming. Anyway, it says mother, grandma, and myself with the turkeys. My mom had turkeys on the farm, and she said they were mean. So I'm very surprised to see this little girl holding a turkey. If anybody knows about turkeys, let us know. And here's a receipt from 1922, a lovely blue color. I love to see the receipts in different colors. It's so neat. 1958 old receipt. And here's a beautiful blue themed postcard. Anybody know where that is? Guess, guess, guess. See if you've been there. Anybody been there? Independence National Historic Park, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Assembly Room. Okay. So you can use that for extra journaling space, or you could actually just use it as a postcard. Put a little washi on here from some decor, did some stenciling. This is one of my reproductions of a watercolor print, watercolor that I made, and I just put a little, I don't know, something up here for fun, and I signed the bottom for you. And behind that, we are taking a peek into the life and times of the Coffin Company again. This is to Burlington Coffin Company from a printing company. So you can check that receipt out and see what on earth those people at the Coffin Company were purchasing. Those little stinkers. All right, little doodad Hanglies. Oh, a lovely collage of stamps, correspondence theme. I put in some pretty stationery note paper that is blank so that you have something to write on, and I put some Word script font back here on this avocado dyed paper just for fun. And this is vintage Victorian die cut, and it has some writing on the back. It's very beautiful. It's a very delicate piece, so I just gingerly tucked it in there. Okay, here's a parcel post, and I put on some Victorian die cuts, these small ones with a little cluster and a bead there. And inside here, this is the mama taking care of the baby, and she's free, so you can go ahead and apply her anywhere you would like in here. And here is a lottery ticket. Why are we stuck? Okay. Little lottery ticket from Thailand. And this is a prescription for something. Okay. And here is a lovely, I think this is, yeah, probate. Hey, we always want one of those, right? Okay, 1907 probate papers. Very interesting. Loving the old ephemera, loving the old papers, the colors, the caramels. I did a little aging on that, but it was just beautiful on its own. The creams, and just thinking that you're holding something that's over 100 years old is just, mind-boggling. Here's a little dangle. Oh, this is actually I bought this, a giant box of like broken estate jewelry. Okay, I bought several boxes. So I have a lot, and I thought, well, I need to use it. So I thought, well, I need to put it in my journal. So this is actually a rhinestone earring, and I thought it just looked so cute dangling from there. It might give a sense of the time then. Oh, this is a fun page. All right, this is awesome. This is a vintage paper doll page, and that's why I used this big clip here, because this obviously is Betty. And yeah, the Twitter Fest is in full force this morning. But Betty is a paper doll, and I put some of Betty's clothes here. And I remember these. I mean, this is like my day, Oh my gosh, I probably had this set. And she might want, she was like a little sassy, so she might go for the shorter outfits occasionally. Anybody remember these? Oh my God, I love these things. So Betty's got some amazing outfits here to play with. And, if you have a granddaughter or something and she doesn't even know what a paper doll is, oh my God, God forbid, not even know what a paper doll is. She's probably just on the iPad all day. But this might be fun for her to see what, Nana played with. Okay. Or maybe you made your own paper dolls. Even better. How about that? And you might recognize this, the belly band of the tickets that we made. So I thought I'd tuck those in there for fun. Okay, here is another Victorian die cut. This is for Clark's spool cotton, and I think Clark is still around today. Upper tuck, upper corner tuck. And here we have a double pocket. These are actually little bags. And here's some Russian books, bus tickets. And in the first one, we have a little swirlaroo. Here we go, swirlaroo, yes. And you can write on the back of those. Gives you more journaling space because I'm apparently almost always stealing it from you. And here's another little journaling card inside there, inside the little bag. Okay. Flipping on, we are in the center of the first signature, and this is just a little extra writing space, lots of stenciling. There's sewing across the top, and I tried to use sewing throughout the journal. I feel it gives it like a more of a, there was a lot of sewing back in Victorian times, right? Probably hand sewing and not machine sewing, but you know, we do what we can. And there's a little metal key here in the center, and some beautiful Victorian die cuts nestled on some soft muslin cotton here in the middle, and a milk tab. And you may recognize this little guy, but each one of these, the ladder opens up and there's a secret word on the inside. So I'll let the owner explore those. And here is another beautiful ledger page. I gave you lots here to play with. It's got the number 1881. That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. So this is the old stuff. And I just want to get that in your hand so you can feel it and read it and touch it and just admire it too, like I do, because I think it's awesome. Okay, here's a little, okay, this is an upper tuck and a lower tuck. So this is a Victorian die cut that I turned into the lower tuck, and this one I just made. And this I put a little peekaboo file thing in here and a bookmark. And okay, let's just take it all out, Pam. This is from Russia. This is a Russian postcard. I believe it's from Russia. Yeah, I think it says Russia. So I thought that was kind of cool. This is vintage and it's a Christmas theme. That's awesome, right? Yeah. Okay, and then keep going. There's a little slideroo in here. You got another little tucky poo. Okay. Put you guys back. Nestle you all in. Snug as bugs. Okay, and we're going. We're flipping. We're flipping. Okay, you might recognize a petticoat. We made this the other day. This is fun. You can use these as little tearaway pieces throughout your journal, or just for the different textures. You can feel the braille paper. That's awesome. If you haven't felt the braille paper yet, definitely check that out. And this is a long, tall currency pocket. And this, I put some pull tabs up here, so you have a beautiful travel image for some correspondence ideas. Here's a stamp, and here's a tearaway notebook with some different things on it. Okay. Oh, and back here, I almost forgot. Here's a beautiful picture of, this is Baseball for Boys Association. I'm pretty sure that was the school, and I'm guessing that because you can see the coat hooks in the back and the flag. But what's really funny is look at all the ashtrays on the table. Oh my God, times have changed, huh? Yeah, it's funny. 17 ashtrays at the school. Okay, so this is a blank page, so you have some room to write. Here's a little dangly poo off the side, a little cluster. And we have this beautiful butterfly lace with the pearl beads. This is a double pull with a stenciled background, and you can write on these with a beautiful button here and another milk tab. Here's, you might go traveling, so you might be mailing your letters to, say, France. Maybe you're going to Paris this year and you want to have some hot chocolate and sit on the Champs-Élysées. There we go. Okay. It's not Champs-Élysées. It's Champs-Élysées. Yes. Okay. Okay. Here's a little indication there's something to do here, and a little extra flip up and more writing space for perhaps thoughts. And using the blue and the blue to kind of carry over the blue thing. Here's a little tuck or pocket. 3 sides is a pocket. And we made these before. These are little journaling cards basically, and they're pretty, I just did the little designs on the back, and there's a little peekaboo under each one of them. Some washi tape. Okay. All right. Nope. Okay. Settle down. I'll get you back on there. Okay. All right. And up top we have a clip, but he's actually clipping something on the other side, so we'll flip the page. Little cluster at the bottom to marry the colors. And I just put some book page on there for fun. You know me and the book pages. Okay, so this is a little fold out. And basically each little insert has something. So I just hand painted this with some watercolor for you, and I signed the bottom for you, and it's an original. And I'll tuck that little guy back in there. And then here I put in this really pretty postcard, which you can use for journaling space or to post, along with the correspondence theme. Okay, and we'll just flip you back on and say we did. Okay, and here's some lovely aged graph paper, coffee dyed, some washi tape, You've got a little dangly here of a Chinese coin, and this is a this is removable, and this comes out, and you have more journaling space there. And some washi, and here's a beautiful envelope, and I put some rhinestone from a rhinestone piece from some jewelry. I just thought that was so pretty because it just needed to be in here. A nice label was added in here. I just hid some decorated tiny little cards, and I thought that might be fun. I'm trying to remember where I have so many flips and things in this one. Wait till you see the enigma. It's a mind blower. Okay, and behind here, I put some extra things in. So back here, we have another vintage Victorian trading card, an old book library card, a real one, and this is an 1895 receipt. Yes, I think. Okay. And we'll tuck you back in. Choop, choop. I'll make you all pretty later. All right. So on this side, I love this Gothic German font. So I just wanted to honor the font itself, and I just put a piece of that on the page. I don't have a lot of that, but I love that. So I just, there. Okay, it's there. See the nice contrast? You know how I love that. Okay, so here we made one of these, and this is from a greeting card, and the little tab here indicates something opens. So this opens, and here I made a little pocket in the top, and you can't see that, but I will show you, see? And this is a beautiful winter scene with the cows. Okay, a little bit of writing on the back, something about the barn, and a little envelope, and just some collage and place to write. Yep. Okay. And behind here, there's a pocket, and I put in one of these old radio club cards. Must be some kind of code cards or something. I'm trying to talk my husband into getting a ham radio. I think that would be so much fun. Another milk tab as a tab. And here is the division between the two signatures. We have, this was done with a stencil. I've done some sewing, lots of liquid pearls, as you can see. And let me get organized here. Am I straight? Okay. And same on this side with some buttons and some stamps and correspondence type stamps. Okay. Letter. And oh, this is a fun page. And this is, I call the lace texture page. Oh, you just like want to do this all day. This feels so cool. This was from a dress, a lace dress. And so I layered it with two different color laces here. And then here I've made a little, this is made out of a playing card, and I put some decoupage, some napkin over it. I put this lovely picture of these. I think this is from Europe somewhere. These gentlemen coming down to the dock with their old card. Does anybody recognize where that's from? I bet somebody will know it. I know you guys. All right, here we have, oh, this is kind of cool. This is, you are relieved from active duty. Now that's, and you may retire. Now that's pretty awesome, isn't it? So I'm sure that that meant something quite amazing to somebody somewhere, sometime. I thought that was a beautiful piece. I put a little envelope back here and decorated it, and put a little, this is kind of cool, adverse effects of heat symptoms. So when you're waiting for your mail in Florida and you pass out because it's so hot, you have first aid treatment on the back. And it's a beautiful caramelized natural aging on that. All right, in you go, no squawking. You too, get in place. All right, here we go. Okay, now we do the flip up and the flip down. So the little bows are indicating something to happen here. Lots of stenciling. We flip up, probably can't see that. Okay, I'll move it. So flip up, and in here, there's a little, this is so cute. Isn't she cute? This is a real cabinet card of a little girl. And she's like, hey, I'm not too sure about this. I want candy. Yep. And this was actually on here. And there's a little bit of writing. She was 2 years old and shy. Okay, I love that. So that's a real cabinet card for you to play with. I thought she was just beautiful. Place to write notes. And here we have the drawbridge, as I call it, because it goes down. So I'm going to call this the trunk, because trunks open up generally, and the drawbridge goes down. Okay, so more writing space and a little sentiment. All right. Okay. Well, this is another beautiful big cabinet card from the Victorian era. Look at that dress. And the jewelry just goes in theme with all the jewelry that's in this piece. It's, I don't know, it says that probably that's the established date of the photographer company, but it's an old one. Don't know the exact date on that one. But I also included some handwritten music paper, and I wonder if somebody knows, is this drum music? Is that what that is? I don't know what this is, and I was trying to learn piano last year, and my husband's still sticking with it. I've kind of faltered, but it looks a little different than my piano reading, sight reading of the music, so somebody might know about that. If you could share, that would be awesome. Okay, here is a lovely postcard from, it says San Francisco, Cali, Colombia, so I don't exactly know what that means. It's somewhere. Okay, and it flips open and there's beautiful writing on the back. I believe this is Spanish or Italian. I'm guessing Spanish. And more writing space, an old stamp, an original with a little bit of bling, and more writing space. I always feel good when I can say that. And here we go. Yes, whoop, boop. More writing space. Yep, there we go. Mama got it in here for you. Some beautiful correspondence stamps and another old Victorian die cut, some measuring tape, washi, and here this is indicating a little open. So we open that and you've got a little more writing space on this beautiful woman's face. Okay, so this is a vellum page, and I just wanted to put that there it's got the milk tab here, and this I used the end of my pencil to give some stamps, and it's got sewing across the top. Another Victorian die cut, lots of places to write around here. Here's a collection of, am I migrating? Oh, sorry. Here's a collection of, this is an it's August 20th, 1892. Okay, and I think it was a newspaper, and you can feel the paper, it's very thick and old, and it has cracks in it, and it was super crumbly, but that's why I adhered it to the page, and it's very safe here and can be honored and admired for years to come. Just a hodgepodge. Look, I love this. Diabetes whiskey. Now, those were the days, right? That's right. It'll cure you. Cures everything, right? Okay, here's an Edith Holden page, and this is one of these. Hang on. Okay, lots of extra writing space. And this is a removable, I just clipped it on here with a paper clip, and a castle. Another petticoat style notebook, more places to write, or tear. Behind, more places to write, and some little numbers and things like that. Here's lots of script stamp here, and here is the center of the second signature, and it has a little dangle key. And another milk topper. And here, okay, this is apparently the mother lode, okay. So here we have a little notebook that I made, added a cluster and a stamp on the front, and it's just got a lot of little fun different things inside. And then here, this is a glassine bag. And you have two little things in here to pull out and explore, little journal cards. And here's a lovely receipt. And more handwriting back from 1893. So you can get a feel for what those old papers feel like. Kind of fun, kind of fun. Okay. And we're just going to clip you back in place. There we go. All right, what are you? One more thing. Oh, this is an old vintage advertising for Make Mine Rupert. It must have been the brewery. Must be a beer. Anybody remember Rupert beer? How about Chesterfield cigarettes? Isn't that a classic ad? Look at that hair. Look at the bow. Oh, 1942. Okay, there you go. Just thought that might be fun to explore. This you might recognize. We made the other day, and I put a little crown dingle here. She's got some bling here, some more from the jewelry, and this is a writing, so you can it's a writing card, so you can write on the back of this for more writing space, and as well here. All right. Okay, and we're flipping. All right, here, this is a little, I think it's called a zine. This is for extra writing space, but I thought the colors went pretty in here with a little paper and a little stamp, and this little clip with some lace on it to hold her in place. More stenciling. This is an old, but I want to say, well, it's from everywhere actually, and there wasn't anything on the back. It's something about leading nations, but it shows many different countries on here, and I thought that was just beautiful. Ah, you might recognize this. This is a greeting card that we turned into some fun, and it gives you a lot more writing space in here. A nice little flip out. And here is one of our flowers, and I just did a little scene. Beautiful little, my beautiful artwork. A nice little garden scene with a butterfly and a floating clock, because, you know, maybe you sniffed the poppy too close or something. Here is, I made this tearaway booklet into a corner tuck. So you can tear away these pieces if you want to use little extra, make extra little clusters elsewhere. And I put an old postcard in here, another beautiful receipt. And this is very, very thin. I want to say it's probably tracing paper, or it's like airmail paper where everything was super thin, and it's more from the Airman program, which I thought was very neat because it's going to be Veterans Day on Monday, so perfect timing for this journal with the turkeys and the veteran things. Okay, and post office. Another envelope with an ugly button made much prettier than its original, in my opinion. And inside here we have some extra goodies. Time for a note, extra journaling space. This is actually a postcard. And we have another little letter in here, handwritten, original old letter. Hello, honey. You know, that's got to be a good one. Actually, this is a good one. I remember reading this one. And this is just some extra note paper because maybe this will inspire you to write a letter. So I'm hoping so. I'm hoping to bring writing back to the masses. See if we can do that somehow. That would be awesome. And back here, it's actually a pocket. Yep. And I believe this is a grade. Yeah, Certificate of Record Education, grade AAA. Wow, James Frederick, you scored back in 1923. You're a smart cookie. I'm going to tuck you back in there. All right, so we've got lots of old ephemera to play with. And here we have an upsy-downsy tuck. Okay, this is a fabric tuck with a little button, another little fabric tuck down here, and stuff just comes out. And this is an old Valentine from days gone by. And I think a foot moves or something. Oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe this clips over something. I don't know exactly, but the feet are separate. And, oh, the arm moves. They did that a lot, like a movie thing. Okay, here we go. Whoop, whoop. Okay, that's enough. Okay, here's an old envelope from 1895. The letter was not in here, but I did put in an old piece of ledger for you to play with. And here's another old airmail envelope. And inside here, I put another little vintage Valentine. Yeah, from somebody to somebody. Oh, the romances. Oh, the romances. I remember giving Valentines when we had class when we were little. And we bring our Valentines, and I always give it to the guy I thought I had a big crush on. I was like, oh, I hope he likes my Valentine. He never did. Okay. And all right, you stay. And this is a very old vintage envelope. And I've got a couple things in here. Another vintage or Victorian trading card. Look at her little face with the kitty. Is that cute? Call her May. And there's a picture in here. Something a little